In a 2011 article, NBA blogger Devin Dingham of the Wages of Winning Journal wrote that NBA players should earn more than they already do. His main argument? Because when their playing days are over, they lose their main source of income. Dingham goes on to say that there are more retired players than there are for announcing and coaching vacancies. What he doesn't mention is all the NBA players who made an income outside of those occupations. Former Lakers star Magic Johnson went on to have a successful career as a businessman, owning several franchises, Starbucks as well as TGI Fridays, before becoming a part-time owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers baseball team. As well, Kevin Johnson, point guard of the Phoenix Suns, became a politician and is now the mayor of Sacramento. Since 1984, when the salary cap was first put into place, it's increased from $3.6 million then to over $58 million today. That is an increase of over 150%. In 1998, the workers of the Peterbilt Motors Company plant in Madison, Tennessee went on strike in order to increase their wages. Over 1,200 workers walked the picket line, all while NBA players were on strike for what they described as low wages. Rick Riley, a columnist for Sports Illustrated, covered the story from both sides. Boston Celtics guard Kenny Anderson argued and whined that because of the lockout, he may have to sell one of his cars. Yeah, one of his 8 luxury cars that he all kept nicely in his garage. That's why Peterbilt workers laughed when Patrick Ewing came up to the microphone and said, "We're fighting for our livelihood. We can't survive if we sign this contract." Ewing made $100,000 per basket the previous season. Peterbilt worker Larry Haynes was short on sympathy. He had to sell 2 of his cars in order to make his $500 rent, living off of only $405 on his strike insurance. NBA salaries started going up in 1996 when Shaquille O'Neal signed a 7-year, $123 million contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. That same year, Gary Payton signed a 7-year, $85 million contract with the Sonics. Juwan Howard signed a 7-year, $85 million with the Wizards. And also, Alonzo Mourning signed a 7-year, $105 million contract with the Miami Heat. Bill Sportshow, a columnist for Time Magazine, believes that the NBA salaries started to increase so drastically because of one of the simplest elements of economics: supply and demand. How many athletes are well over 6 feet tall do you find just floating around? This is a major factor in the increase of wages for the profession. The demand is high, increasing ratings among the major networks as well as ticket sales. All of this combines must make Shaq one happy guy. When you get down to it, what you realize that NBA players make plenty of money. What happens is they waste their $100 million contracts on the lavish lifestyle that they choose to live. Most of it just goes to waste, while others barely get by with what little they make.
He made more than $110 million during 13 NBA seasons, and millions more in endorsements. Now at age 33, Antoine Walker is a Guaynabo Met. His paycheck is not guaranteed past the end of March, but if he leads his club to a Puerto Rican League title this summer, he could earn $150,000. He needs every penny.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I live a very expensive lifestyle. Took care.
getting divorced and losing custody of his children, Allen Iverson has now lost his Atlanta mansion. The former NBA star's home has been sold in a foreclosure auction. According to TMZ, Iverson defaulted on a $1.2 million mortgage, which sent the $4.5 million home into foreclosure. He briefly fought off an auction, but ultimately he couldn't stop it. Sources close to the sale say Iverson's bank purchased the mansion for $2.5 million. Iverson's bitter divorce from his high school sweetheart, Tawana, was recently finalized. She reportedly received a $3 million settlement as well as child support and other benefits. And to make matters worse, the judge in the case called Iverson a bad parent that shows little interest in becoming one to his 5 children. For more on your favorite athletes, visit us at CaptainWag.com.